Hello, everybody. Hello, chat. Sorry, thanks for bearing with us through a couple technical difficulties, but we are ready to get started with our Marvel Multiverse game today. My name is Sean. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm going to be playing the narrator and everybody else. And I'm going to throw it over to Sarah.
Hey, I'm Sarah, also known as Oops All Smurf. My pronouns are she, her, and today I will be playing Hellhound, Assassin of Hell. And I'll pass it over to Jordan.
Hello, my name is Jordan. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be playing Michael Donovan, aka AWOL, aka Venom, today. And I'm gonna pass it over to Sam.
Okay, so hi everybody. I'm Sam. Some of you might know me as Rather VO on places such as TikTok and Blue Sky. My pronouns are he, him, and today I'm going to be playing Gilgamesh, the Eternal.
Alrighty. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and just jump right in. Last week, it was the Hellfire Gala, and everybody was gathered on the island of Krakoa to celebrate mutant kind. And our heroes, having returned from several months of kind of going their separate ways, were reunited at this party, at which time Jordan's character, Michael, was approached by Newell, the god of the symbiotes, who egged on the Venom symbiote to trying to strike him down. But unfortunately, as even though Jordan was keen to my tricks as a GM, his character with a logic check of 9 was not, which led to Venom accidentally stabbing what he thought was Newell, but what turned out to be Storm, who ended up dissolving in front of everyone before Hellfire Dragons, before Symbiote Dragons swarmed the entire Hellfire Gala. And after a bit of a scuffle, it was then found out that an alternate universe Cypher had arrived in this universe with All Black the Necrosword and had tried to corrupt Krakoa and turn it into a symbiote wielder that would eat everything on the island. And fortunately, with probably the most ridiculous single turn I've ever seen in this entire fucking game.
Don't invite Jordan to your game. He'll break them. He'll
He'll
break them
break
right
everything.
open, shatter them.
Yeah, Jordan managed to one shot the whole fucking guy. And dealt like 400 damage or something ridiculous. And so that guy's gone. But it seems like the latest plot by Newell is to pull Necrosword wielders from across the multiverse and to try and answer a bounty that is on his head. So we will see how that continues to play out today. Issue 2 of Volume 2, Issue 2 of The Bookkeepers. We open the first page. We see what looks like this temple where the structure looks altogether futuristic and ancient at the same time. And we see a caption that reads Temple of the Forgotten Ones, Sector Unknown. And we see here wearing this chrome helmet and is this muscle-bound Eternal by the name of Gilgamesh. Who has kind of been doing his own thing and has been off with the Forgotten Ones, working towards his own ends. But we see in the next frame a portal opens, and walking through it is Icarus. And Icarus looks up at Gilgamesh and he says, "I need your help."
Help. You come to me now, after all this time, with no reason, no justification for my trust.
I know we've had our differences in the past, but something is happening back on the machine. And I fear that excess deviation has gotten to the point where the Eternals that are there now can no longer handle it, and we need someone of your expertise.
I take a couple steps forward to approach Icarus until we're like uh just a couple feet away from each other. And as I look down at him, uh, I stoop a little and with my thumb lift his chin. Then show me.
He seems a little. You can see he has this look on his face like, man, I really did need help if I came to this guy. Um, and he says, come with me. And he opens a portal behind him. And as you step through the other side, we get another wide shot. And this time the caption says Olympia. And you step back for the first time in probably a while to the Eternals' home on Earth in Greece. And you step out, and standing there waiting are Makari, Makari, Kingo, and Jack of Knives. And they, Makari smiles as she sees you. The Jack of Knives kind of rolls their eyes and is not trustworthy that like you were the person to pull in on this, but nonetheless is deferring to what Icarus has planned. And Icarus walks over to a console and he begins to pull up a video, and you start to see basically these shots of a Venom symbiote wielding a sword going across the cosmos, across the world first, and then even further out into places like Asgard and other like planets across the cosmos, and wiping out symbiotes everywhere. And he says, this man who has been given the Necrosword, which was created by Null, the original King in Black, has been using it without discretion. And he has no accountability. And the closest person to us that has any connection with him is Scheherazade, who has seemed to turn a blind eye to all of his actions. And I tried as much as I could for as long as I could to trust her judgment. But it has come to a point where we can no longer ignore it. And then he pulls up footage of the island of Krakoa being covered with symbiote and swarmed by symbiote dragons, and basically like this is now national news coverage of like this incident that happened at Krakoa. And he says, I fear that if this continues to go unchecked, the entire world could be at stake.
I give Icarus a bit of a glare. If Scheherazade is your contact with this, then why am I here and not she?
Because I tried to speak with her about it, and she chose to cover for her friend rather than be forthcoming with me.
You say that as if she or I have further reason to trust your machinations. I gesture to the rest of the Eternals above our own.
And you see Makari kind of like does like a look down where she's like, he's got a point, but doesn't say anything. And Icarus says, I have been placed here, placed in charge of this, of the Eternals here for a reason. Not just because Zeras is no longer with us, but because I serve the I serve the Celestials, and I serve to protect the machine and to follow the directives we were given. Or have you been have you been away for so long that you have forgotten that?
It seems to me that my memory has not lapsed, but yours. As I walk forward and place a hand on his shoulder, for the people of this land are as much a part of its machinery as you or I.
I want you to make an ego check for me.
Okay. Yay!
The
Dice
biggest
time.
switch I've ever seen. big, serious monologue. Yay! Dice time!
This is so badass, by the
love
way.
it.
Okay, I only know a little bit about the dice, so I'm gonna tell you what dice, and then you can maybe walk me through how to interpret it. I rolled 1 and a 6 on my regular die and a 3 on my Marvel die, which comes out to 10.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and add my ego modifier
Correct.
ability, which is 5, so 15.
All right.
Is that the correct way to go about it?
That is 100% the correct way to go about it, and a 15 is a success. Yeah, I love Gilgamesh just like dropping the baby arm on the counter, like immediately being like, "Oh, you called in my help? I'm in charge now." I love it. You do see that Icarus is with his words was kind of trying to cow you and trying to kind of get you to fall in line, but that's not what you're here to do. And so in your response, he kind of hears that you won't be so easily told what to do or whatnot. And he says, "All right, well, what would you have us do about this? Would you let it run rampant until the world is put at greater risk? If you were in charge, what's your call?"
Okay. You say that finding Scheherazade has failed you. What of, and I kind of gesture to the, I'm going to say now, static image of the symbiote flying through the cosmos. What of this one?
We have to find him, and we have to take the sword away from him, because it cannot continue to be in his hands. It is too much of a liability.
Let us start with finding him.
Let us do that.
And if we are fortunate, Scheherazade along the way.
I want
It
you
is
to...
not like her to
Go ahead.
be unresponsive.
I agree. But as he tells you what his plans are and what he says about taking the sword from Michael, I want you to make a vigilance check.
Okay. 3, 7, 9, 12.
You can't really put your finger on it, but you have a feeling that there is something Icarus is not telling you, which would definitely not be a first for Icarus. And part of it is because it's a 12. I think that that kind of what you land on is you're not 100% sure there's something he's not telling you, or if you were just always suspicious of this man because of the man that he is.
What can I say? These Eternals, I'm not the biggest fan. What can I say?
That's why I left.
That's why I left. That's why they kicked me out.
Right.
Okay. Tell me what information you have. I will find him.
And I think he begins to explain that to you, and we cut away. Chat, we are actually going to be right back.
How terrifying.
All right, we're back, gang. So with that, we transition over from Gilgamesh and Icarus talking. We then get a scene of what looks like a neighborhood in New York, and we get a caption that says Harlem. And what we see as it moves, as our vantage point moves through the neighborhood, is a very small memorial service that is happening, and we see at the end of it that there is there are a series of pictures of Aurora Monroe, Storm. It's attended by a small group of some of the original X-Men, some of the mutants that were close to her, and from a distance, Zinnia not being invited to this funeral but still wanting to see it, how would they obtain a vantage point, or would they try to?
How long's it been since?
2 days.
I think in 2 days. They have absolutely tried to hit a couple of the various like group chats that they were in, less on the need to go back to the group to join Kakoa, but at least being present for the funeral. And I think there's almost a resignation, depending on responses from people. I assume some of the chats simply quietly kicked her without like saying anything. Probably a thing they may have been told to worry about or do. I think she texts Kid Omega again to see if it's possible for her to attend.
And Kid Omega says, "You know that I would get you in if I could, but I think the wound's still too fresh."
Okay. She says, thanks. Appreciate it. And I think she tries to go anyway. I think she flies um, pretty far up out of the way of everybody.
I'm picturing like the funeral scene from Hellboy of it's raining out and then the procession's coming outside and you're on the roof nearby.
Exactly. Literally that.
And
I think if she has any power, she could copy that, help enhance her vision. Uh, but other than that, yeah, no, she's not doing anything else.
So yeah, you are overlooking this procession, and you see that Emma Frost is there, and she doesn't look up at you, or acknowledge you, or point you out to anybody, but you see her, and then you hear her in your head, and she just says, "I'm sorry."
That I can't be here, that no one listened to what I had to say on Krakoa, or are you about to kick me out again?
She just like there's a long pause, and then you hear, "I'm just sorry that things happened the way they did, and I don't know what that means now or what the future is going to look like, but I'm sorry that we have to try and figure it out."
Appreciate that. Um, no matter what, uh, whether that's in Krakoa or not, I am still a mutant. And if things are ever that bad, I'll be there in a second. Um, I have a couple emails I need to send to everyone of just where all the kids were doing in their training. I'll stay out of here after this. I promise.
There is whatever the telepathy equivalent of an awkward pause is, of just someone like not knowing the words. And Emma just says, well, yeah, we'll be in touch, and I'll try and keep tabs on you in whatever way I can.
Thank you.
The procession ends, and in your pocket, you feel yourself fumbling around with something, and what it is a teleportation fob that you and the rest of the members of the bookkeepers have been given by Scheherazade, and it looks like a library card, but it allows you passage in and out of the Library of Alexandria whenever you need it.
That's really cool. I think I just send a text message to. Does Hellhound have a phone?
I think so.
Yeah, Hellhound is a phone.
Okay, distinctly and notably just a Hellhound, not to Michael.
Things are awkward in the group chat.
Not the whisper side chat. Oh no.
Oh no, side chats from the group chat.
This is how it all ends.
But I just to see where everybody's at, so I can get where everyone else is at.
I text back that Angela and I are I think we're at the library right now. Michael, are you at the library? I'd probably mention if you were there, if you are also at the library, or if you're doing something else.
Yeah, I think Michael has been like just sitting in a back area for the past 2 days.
You in the library's back alley?
Yeah, I think like in some like rare book section, just like where no one else goes.
In the self-help section.
Yeah, yeah. And has like just been like just sitting.
So I let exploit know that we're at the library. Michael, I saw Michael earlier, but he hasn't come out in a few hours, so I don't know if he's still here. I think he just needs to wander around for a little bit. But we haven't seen him in a day.
I think I just send like a thumbs up emoji. Yeah, not too long after I have teleported to the library.
I turn to Angela and show her the thumbs up, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
You're Scheherazade has set up like actual dorms inside of the library for all of you, so that you always have a place to stay. And so that's where you are, like kind of like sitting on the bed texting Zania, and then you look up and Angela is like walking out of the bathroom, brushing her teeth in her crop top and boy shorts, and like also holding her phone, and like looks up and says, "Oh,
I don't know. I'm just sharing that it's difficult. I'm trying to work on communicating and saying when I feel things, and I feel
a lot,
awkward.
all
Yes,
the time.
all the time.
And we've been talking about that.
I know.
And the best thing that you can do is to be upfront and forward with your communication. Remember?
Yes, and so I told Zania that Michael was here, and I got just a thumbs up, and I feel like I don't. What am I supposed to say? She needs to know that he's here.
So you did your part, right? You're not. Whatever feelings that she's feeling are not towards you. They're towards Michael.
Bad.
And if you try and get involved in the middle of them working out what they need to work out, then you're just going to get caught in the crossfire. It's not going to help anybody, and it's just going to make you worse.
I like being a team.
Look, teams fight. families fight, friends fight. This is
Yeah,
part of
I
it.
know.
We're gonna fight eventually. I don't know when.
I liked
but,
that we didn't fight for a bit.
for a bit, but like all of you are kind of, volatile personalities. It was bound to happen at some
Says
point.
me, says who?
I just got a text from Kid Loki. He managed to pick up the ship from Krakoa. It's a
Okay.
good thing we have a diplomat on the team. But yeah, we kind of, this originally was supposed to be a stop in and say hi thing.
I know.
So like,
I'm
what are we doing with
sorry.
that?
I know we were gonna hang out this weekend and spend this weekend together, but with Scheherazade sort of out of the picture right now, Michael's not talking, Zinni's not talking. I can't leave them. I can't. They're my
And
first team here.
she like comes over to you and like her hands graze your shoulders and she says, "You are far too kind to be a demon."
I got all the mean out early. Now I'm just left with nice.
That sounds like such a burden to bear.
No, it's real tough.
You're doing a good job. And she kisses you on the forehead.
Ugh. And I just flop down on the bed.
She walks out into the hallway just as Zinnia, you like portal back into the library. And she says, "Hey, Exploit."
Oh, hey. Hope you're doing good. Well,
How are you doing? That's a loaded question, I know.
yeah. I could be doing better.
Sure.
Um, but keep it on.
Well, that's all we can do sometimes. Michael is kind of trying to seclude himself. So, yeah, hopefully, whatever space you guys need to give each other, it'll be there.
Thanks for that up. Yeah. Well, if any mission stuff happens, uh, guarantee I can be cordial and still be a good teammate.
I just like yell from the bedroom. I'm still on the bed. We just need to find something to punch. Then it'll all be fine.
And you see Angela kind of snicker, and she goes, "I love her so much."
You two seem like a perfect match.
It's been pretty good so far. You'll find someone.
Okay, didn't need to call me bitchless.
Okay, I don't know what to say there at some point
Oh,
because, like,
No maidens.
No, I think she was just like a little blushing, mostly to just get hit with that like out of nowhere. She just was not expecting that sort of comment. It's fine. Yeah, we need something to punch. And I think she kind of goes and heads to her like dorm room.
On your way to your dorm, you pass like a small office that looks like it looks like every like teacher's lounge from like for every like high school teacher's lounge, and it's got like old mid-century modern furniture in it and whatnot. And you know that Scheherazade used as a private study sometimes, and like the door just happens to be open, and like you normally would just walk right past it, but you see that there's like a blinking light on a desk that you notice. And as you walk in, you see that there is an iPad that is like sitting on one of the tables, and it has Encyclopedia Cosmica opened, which is basically an encyclopedia of several like planets and star systems that exist in this universe. And you see that there is, in addition to that, a voice memo app opened.
Okay, I'll see if there's anything left open, any like messages.
And where is it? You press play on that, and you begin to hear a recording. Let's see if it comes through. Hold on.
Tell us when it starts playing so we're sure we're hearing it.
This worked when I did it earlier. I think that might be it. Hold on.
To whoever may find this, though I have no doubt that it would probably be Zinnia who would probably lay eyes on this letter first. Hello, I hope you are well, I hope you slept well. Do me a favor and keep an eye on my sanctuary, and please also an eye on Michael. I am sorry that you have been rejected by your kin, and I cannot imagine that weight and how heavy it must feel. I am sorry for the role that me and your teammates may have played in this. And though we share no genes, no blood, we do share this world, and in it I see you and I forever connected, and forever you shall have a place to stay, here in my halls, here in the Library of Alexandria. I will right the wrong, and I shall bring you back to Krakoa, but in the meantime I must ask a favor. I must ask you to mimic my belief in you and our team. Remind Michael that he is more than a weapon. Hold Amista tight and remind her that she is just as much love as she is rage. And to you, my sweet girl, please remember that you are never alone, and by far the mightiest of all my friends who've walked these halls. I shall be back soon, hopefully with good news. But please hold the line. With love, and see you soon, Scheherazade, the bookkeeper.
Did that come through for Dare?
Yes.
Wild. It came through for two of us, but not the other two.
It's so weird.
Because I heard it.
It's weird.
I'll send
I
it to
think
y'all later.
that
I believe it came through the
the
chat.
messaging program just hates us,
I think so.
actually.
Yeah.
Well, you hear that message, and then you look down at Encyclopedia Cosmica, and it is opened to a listing on Clintar, and it says that it is the symbiote language word for cage, and it is also the planet that Null is said to be from and exist on. It also makes a note that no one in recent history has been able to find the coordinates for it. And it says that the secret of how to get to Clintar is a very closely guarded secret that very few people know. And as you look at it, and as you read that, you see that there are notes that were left behind by Scheherazade. And next to where it says it's a closely guarded secret that only few people know, there is a name written. And it says Tanalier Tivian.
I wonder if that's the name I'm thinking it is. I dare I'm thinking it is. Okay. I think upon like seeing all of that and kind of saying like, okay, I have a mission. I've been given a job to do. I will kind of go around and start. I think finding like Angela and Hellhound first, giving them the rundown, and then going to hunt down Michael for it.
All right. So I think that you go and you find Angela and Hellhound and you talk to them. And Michael, what have you been doing this whole time, kind of just like secluding to yourself?
Trying to figure out any way to apologize. He doesn't think it's his fault, but he's like figuring out a way to apologize that will like I'm trying to figure out a good way to express it. Like he knows that his actions are what inevitably caused this. So he's trying to figure out like what he did that he can fix. Like, is there anything that he can do that he can fix, and how to like make amends for it.
I think that you are kind of sitting there and thinking about those things, and you hear a like knock at the like opening to like the door, and you look up and Fastos is there.
Oh, am I not supposed to be back here? I can.
You're fine.
Oh, okay.
Just came to check on you. It's I don't know if it's maybe the symbiote or what, but you're starting to smell like it's been a couple days since you showered.
Oh yeah, it's been a couple days since I showered. That's not. Yeah.
That's crazy. I gave you an out, and you just were like, no,
No, you know, when you start to learn how to take responsibility for one thing, you just say fuck it and take it for all of it.
Is that what you're doing right now? Taking responsibility?
I don't know. I'm trying. I don't know.
Well, I wish I could say I was here with some good news. But
Well, it's always bad news. What's this week's bad news?
one of the Eternals, I don't know if you've met Icarus outside of a crystal cage, but he reached out to me and wants to have an audience with you.
Oh, cool. Um, did he say what he wanted?
He likes to play things close to the chest, but I told him that I would be coming with you, and I imagine that your team would like to as well.
Okay. Can I ask you a question, Fastos?
Sure.
Do people who have lived as long as you like, always be as... Can't you just say what you mean? Like, not you, but like, can't Icarus just say what he wants?
It would make things a lot easier.
God,
But
it really would.
unfortunately, certain people tend to get in their heads that the way that they know to do things is the best and only way to do things. And collaborating doesn't seem like a necessary thing for them.
Well, I was going to sneak away and do this myself, but you've convinced me to go tell everyone else.
Well, I'm not really part of whatever boy band thing you've got going on, but the last time you snuck off and tried to do something yourself, it didn't really go well for you, as I remember. So maybe.
No. Hey, growth, right?
Yeah.
He like
that's
says
the thing
and
we're
kind of
doing
like
right now.
and kind of like half smiles. Do you have deodorant?
I don't think that I can provide a deodorant that is going to fix what you need. I think what you need is a full shower.
Okay.
And, I
okay.
invented deodorant.
Really?
Yeah, well, I had invented the chemical compound that people ended up using. You know the whole Prometheus thing?
Yeah.
That kind of came from me.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's cool as hell, man.
It's kind of actually not if you read the whole story, but you know.
Well, but like the thought is, hey, it's all about the thought's what matters.
I guess I'll take it where I can get it.
Hey, I'm just glad to meet someone else who made a big mistake.
We all make mistakes. It's how we move on from them that matters.
Yeah. Should I talk to them like this, or should I take a shower first?
I would definitely shower first.
Okay. And then Michael's gonna like walk off and take a shower and go, hey, thank you, Fastos. I appreciate the heads up.
Of course. I think that after some time of, I think we cut back to after Angela and Hellhound have had everything that was on the message explained to them by Zania.
Okay, well, maybe we found a new thing to punch. Maybe this is good.
Yeah. Seems like it'll at least deal with the symbiote everything.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah, we got
There's a
lucky and dealt with
lot
that.
going on.
Yeah, yeah, we were really lucky with that one. It got dealt with really easily. But if this has time anywhere else, it can be way more of a problem. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, New York or in space. So, yeah, maybe we should get jump on this and deal with it sooner rather than later.
You feel okay working with Michael?
Yeah, I can do that.
I mean, you don't have to like it. You can yell as much as you want. You can, I think he deserves at least one free punch. Just for fucking this up for everybody. But if you need to vent to get through it, I'm happy to listen. I'm trying to work on this communication thing of like listening, and I'm here, is what I'm saying.
You hear from the other room, "You're doing great, babe."
Yeah, no, I still feel a little gunked up right now.
Yeah.
So once
Why
it
wouldn't
feels,
you?
yeah,
This sucks.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. You know that thing where someone is absolutely trying to like help you force it out, and you're
Mhm.
like, yeah, that's what's happening right now. She's just, yeah, nope, I know it's not great. Yeah, no, it'll when it's right, it'll happen.
That's right. That's right.
But thank you. Let's go find Michael.
And I give him a hug.
Um, she returns the hug, and I think
Oh.
it is like a pretty good sized hug. Like she did need this as much as she is playing distant right now.
And
Um,
I think you're both hugging, and then you feel another big set of arms wrap around both of you as Angela tries to join in on the group hug.
This is nice. This is good.
It's good.
yeah, Sherazade would be proud of this.
I think she would. She'd be proud
Let's
of
go
you
make
for that.
Sherazade proud.
Yeah, let's go make her proud.
And as you all walk into like the kind of big common area in the middle of the library, you see that Michael is there. This is the awkward silence that I would imagine happens.
Yeah, I
We're all
think
just gonna
there's a
sit in it
lot.
for a second.
Yeah,
I think
you
there's a
kind
lot of awkward silence.
Oh.
And I think Michael is like respectfully waiting to like see if anyone speaks, and then when it becomes clear that like no one is going to, just kind of says, "Hey, I I don't know what I don't know what to say other than I'm really sorry, and I don't know how to fix any of this. I've been sitting up for the last 48 hours trying to figure out something,
It's true, he hasn't slept at all.
and I got nothing. So I'm really sorry. And you don't have to accept that, and you don't have to forgive me. But Icarus wants to talk to me and talk to us about something. And I was gonna go by myself. And I realized that by myself is the thing that made this all wrong. So, if you are willing to come with me, I would love to have you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to wait for her response.
Cool.
Cool, Fastos says.
Oh, Fastus is coming too.
Okay.
Yeah, there's this weird place in the middle of Route 55 that is kind of this abandoned gas station that typically when Icarus has to like do these kinds of meetings, it started out as a whole thing of we have to do this away from cities and things to minimize casualties, but then it kind of evolved in this whole theatrical thing that he likes to play up on, and so like, you know, we just kind of have to indulge him.
All right. Well, when do we leave?
As soon as you're ready.
No time like the present.
I'm dressed and ready to go.
Angela walks out having just put on her armor and like puts a big sword on her shoulder and says, "We're ready." And Fastos says, "Maybe like just bring it back just a little bit."
We're just talking.
She says, "You never know. This is how everything starts as talking."
And preparation is always good. Maybe we just... Is there like a smaller sword?
I can put it. I can hide it.
Yeah, maybe we just hide it
She
for a
like,
little
straps
bit.
it to her back and like fixes her hair a little bit.
Okay.
And you see that Fastos opens up an eternal portal and says, "Well, best be off." And as you step through, you step out into the middle of like this like long stretch of desert highway that used to be a very busy highway but has since been abandoned. And you are like next to a gas station with a couple of like derelict cars parked outside of it. And you see that like down the street, Icarus is standing there, and next to him are Gilgamesh, Kingo, Makari, and Jack of Knives.
Do I see them like approaching from the distance?
Yeah, you do see that Fastos opens a portal, and Fastos walks through first, and then you see the rest of the team kind of walk through.
I give a nod to Fastos. Are they visibly unarmed?
Make a vigilance check.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Angela in an alternate version of this, trying to hide this sword with like a RuPaul's Drag Race style like reveal of like a wig, a sword under a wig.
Amazing.
of just whip the
Okay.
wig off, wham.
So I rolled a 1 on the Marvel die. That is a fantastic success, yes?
Correct.
So I double the outcome, including my modifier?
I mean, that's typically only for like attacking and damage, but
Gotcha.
if you rolled a success, that means that something extra cool happens. On just skill checks, that means that something extra cool happens.
Okay.
So I would say that you very clearly see Angela's very poorly hidden sword, and also I think that you just kind of you've been in the like superheroing thing for a long time, and I think that you kind of just get a like you kind of scan over all of them for a little bit. You notice the tattoos on Hellhound that notate her as a relative of Mephisto, and so you have a good idea immediately of what powers that she's capable of. You can recognize that Exploit is a mutant, and immediately, just like because of the Eternals and their relationship to mutants and their brief identification of them as deviants at one point, have a bit of an idea of what you're up against there. And then you can also see that Michael, who just looks like a normal guy at this point, that there is something else there, and you know that like he has all black and is able to bring him out at any moment. And so I think that more than just knowing that they're armed, I think that you have a good idea of what opening moves might be if things escalate.
Right. I'm broadly aware of what they're capable of. And I'll say kind of under my breath, they're armed. This is good. I would feel guilt for trying unarmed children.
That is one way to look at it. Hopefully, they have not come with any ill intent. I don't want this to devolve into anything messy.
I wave. I just wave.
And Icarus looks over and he says, "For old time's sake, would you like to accompany me?"
For old time's sake, and for whatever comes next.
And so I think we see Gilgamesh and Icarus start to step forward, and in the middle of like with everybody else staying a little further back, Phastos and Venom step up to kind of meet them in the center. And Phastos looks at Icarus and says, "Well, he's here. What have you summoned him for?" And Icarus like looks at Michael and he says, "You're carrying a weapon, all black, the Necrosword, which was created by the original King in Black. It is a powerful weapon, and it should not be in the hands of a mortal, especially one who is unchecked by those who are left in responsibility of these types of powers. And I'm asking you to turn it over to us."
No. No, I'll give it to Hellhound.
Wow.
Or I'll give it
Oh, hey, whoa,
to,
okay.
I'll give it to anyone other than, I don't know you. Like, see, here's the thing, like, I've never met you. I know that you're an Eternal, right? But you look like what does that mean? Does that automatically mean that you're the good guy? Like, I don't understand why you have some authority over anyone else.
I'm picturing like just this really long text bubble,
Yeah.
and like Icarus doing like a slow head turn towards Gilgamesh.
I raise an eyebrow. Your distrust is well founded.
His what is what?
Thank you. I'll give it to this guy. I'm kidding. I'm not actually going to give it to you. But like,
Of this,
like
I understand.
I know you. Why should I give? Like, this is the thing that is protecting my friends from Noel, who wants to kill them.
And I don't know you. All I know is you're carrying
Totally
around
fair.
a weapon with untapped power. or untold power and using it with no accountability. And that presents a problem, since I am tasked with protecting this Earth, and you have already put it in danger multiple times by your use of this weapon.
What have you done, man? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, go talk to Null. He's the one who attacked Krakoa. Like,
and he never would have had any reason to, had you not been
says,
there with
how do you know? See, that's the thing. Like, you don't know any of this. You're pretending just like the rest of us. So just stop acting like you're not, like you know what you're talking about. Because none of us know what we're talking about.
Well, I hate to agree in some points. I do think maybe irritating a god on purpose would have some sort of unforeseen consequences.
And that's fair. I agree with Exploit. Exploit, do you want the sword? You can have it if you want it.
I think you've given enough mutants the sword, haven't you, buddy?
Ooh,
I give Exploit a fist bump. that was the one punch. That was it.
It seems to me that you have little interest in carrying this weapon. Is this true?
Look, I just don't want Null to kill my friends anymore.
Is possession of this sword the reason why he seeks to kill you or harm you?
No, well, kind of. I might have tricked him into giving me the sword, and now he wants me dead because I tricked him. And that's the thing, that like even these cosmic, like none of us, none of you, none of anyone has any idea what they're doing. So why, like, what is all of this supposed to mean?
I look at Icarus. If this child of the system is in fact targeted by creatures beyond the atmosphere, then for what reason do you have to target him rather than, and I kind of point up at the sky, Noel, wherever he may be?
Because he is nothing more than a tool of Null. While he may say in words that he opposes Null,
Hey, buddy, what are you a tool of? The Eternals, right? Like, we're all tools of someone.
Right.
So, like, can we stop pretending?
I'm a
like,
tool of the Celestials that is here to protect. You are a tool of a god that has created creatures that have become deviants. And they have put this entire realm at risk. And I think at that, Gilgamesh, you catch the fact that, like, him using the word deviance there is very, like, pointed. And you pick up on the idea that, like, the thing that Icarus wasn't telling you earlier is that in Icarus's mind, symbiotes are now deviants, and excess deviation needs to be corrected.
Right. Cool.
Neat.
I look at Michael. Mike, what is your name, child?
You can call me Michael. You can call me whatever you want to. And I think he like puts out his hand to like shake.
Scheherazade showed me this. I give you a dap.
Hell yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
That's amazing.
I don't know.
My God.
That's so good.
Speak with true intent. This weapon, you seek not to harm with it.
I seek to do the same. I seek to do the same thing that you do. I want to just live. And I want to make up for the mistakes that I've made. And I've made a lot of mistakes. And the best way that I can think of is the only thing I know how to do, which is to get rid of the things that want me dead.
I see. You're a child of this land, are you not?
Yeah.
Then the system claims you as its as well. If that is, in fact, the case, then I do suggest that you prepare your leave. Negotiations are about to dissolve. And I punch Icarus.
Let's go,
Holy shit!
gamers!
Make a melee check. Holy fuck.
Wild.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 5. I think I did that right. 9 plus 5 is 14.
Well, Cowabunga it is. Let me see, what is his melee defense? It is a load demiplane. His melee defense is a 16. So you have an option here. You can either take the miss, or you can spend karma in order to re-roll one of your dice. So you have 4 karma because you're rank 4. So if you
Okay.
really want this to succeed, you can spend one of those karma and you can re-roll one of those dice to try and get a higher number. You'll need 2 more in order to get it.
Okay. So I need 2 more in order to get it. Yeah, you know what? Why the heck? Why the heck not?
Hell yeah. So go ahead and re-roll one of those dice.
That was worse. No. No.
Okay.
Went from a 2 to a 1.
No, it's
Well,
cool. This is fun narratively. Yeah, you like bring the fist around, and I think Icarus just like catches it, and he says, "I feared we would end up here again." And I think everyone's gonna need to roll for initiative
Yeah.
right after we come back
Jesus.
from a quick 10-minute break. Everybody, go get some
Do
water.
this time.
It's not my
That's
fault.
what I'm talking about. Punching things.
And transition.
What?
Welcome back, everybody. And hold on, did I unmute everything? Hold on. Okay, now welcome back, everybody. There we go. Cool. All right, so it looks like it's time for a fight. We're going to go ahead and roll for initiative. And let's see what we get into.
all right. Initiative is a agility roll.
Yes, unless you have some kind of modification, but there should just be a button for initiative on your character sheet.
Okay. Let's see here.
This one as well.
I don't think I can find it.
Are you on roll 20 or demi?
Oh, I'm on Demi.
It should be on the all the way on
I
the
see.
top. Yeah, it should say initiative modifier in the upper right.
And just like everything else, you
Gotcha.
should just be able to click that, and it should be good.
Okay, cool.
Got you.
Fantastic.
Was that a fantastic success?
It was a fantastic success.
Amazing. So the thing with
Nice.
initiative is
Hell
that
yeah.
if you get a fantastic success on your initiative round, you get to be part of a bonus round. So before
Oh.
initiative starts, you get like an extra turn, which is pretty cool.
Cool. 12.
All right, let me pull up all of my character sheets because I hate myself and I have a bunch of character sheets that I have to look at. That was the nice thing about the
Don
symbiote
loves
dragon encounter. It
reading.
was like, oh, it's all the same thing. And with this one, I was like, oh, now I've got to manage all of this. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I am going to put it up here instead. So that's going to take way too long. And Gilgamesh, what did you get?
I got a 12.
And Cypher is toast. Exploit, what did you get?
13.
And Hellhound.
19.
Nice. And Venom.
I also got a 13.
All right. Cool. So, and who else besides Gilgamesh got a fantastic success?
Me?
All right. So Gilgamesh, you are the lone person who gets a bonus round. So just right at the top of the initiative order before it actually starts, Icarus is gripping your fist. What is your follow-up move?
Here's my question. I can teleport. I'm not great at it, but I can. Can I use that in combat? I know I have a blink, but can I teleport in combat?
You absolutely can. It's crazy. It feels like you've just been part of this team this whole time because portal shenanigans is like half
All
of what
the
we do
time.
around here.
Okay.
So what you can use is there's an ability called Blink, and you should see
Yeah.
that under your powers.
Yeah, I see blink and I also see teleport. So I know the difference is like in terms of distance. I'm more so wondering.
What is it you're trying to accomplish with your teleportation?
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna spit what my plan is. Fastball special. Everyone wants to do it. If I teleport 400 feet above Icarus's head, can I fastball special myself?
I don't think I could say no to that. I think what's going to happen is, let's say, if you go 400 feet up and you spend the time free falling towards him, and I imagine there's probably going to be several other portals through that. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to say you can't. None of this matters. None of this thing I was making up because you have a bonus round. I was going to say, this is going to take an extra turn. You have a bonus round. This is stupid. All right, so yeah, you could absolutely use your bonus round to teleport away and then have him just be like, where did it go? And then you're flying through the air and it's like the clip from Guardians Volume 3 of Adam Warlock coming in and what's it called, his plan. But yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, so with my bonus round, I lean in to Icarus. Oh dear, Icarus. You should be very familiar with falling things. And I portal beneath my feet and disappear.
You do the scorpion through the floor. I love it.
Yeah.
And he like looks down and then like he like looks back up like with this look on his face like he knows what's coming. And it's just a matter of knowing if he'll be able to get out of the way or if Gilgamesh has outsmarted him. So we're going to come back to how that resolves after or when it gets to Gilgamesh in the initiative order. Makari, in just kind of like this incredibly fast blur, I think that she like runs up behind Venom. And is just going to try and actually, because I think you're still Michael at this point. So she runs up, and I think that her move is she's going to try and basically restrain you before you can become Venom. And so you just see like this blur move until she's behind you. And I think that she's just going to do fast strikes. Let me see here. Where's Makari? There she is. All right.
John, this is good music.
Once per turn, since she has lightning actions, once per turn she can use a standard action as a reaction. So that's fun. I'll make sure to remember that. But she is doing blazing fast fists. So she has an edge on all of her melee attacks. and she gets a fantastic success with a 16. What is your melee defense?
My melee defense is 17.
I'm darn.
But I'm not Venom yet.
That is true.
He's
me.
just a guy.
So here's what I would say is that if you are going to take that you're not Venom yet, then you can take the hit, but you won't be able to use like your absorption.
Yeah.
Because so if you just want to like take this hit to the small of your back, like you can, or you choose to like Venom up.
No, I think he's not Venom yet.
Okay. In that case, you take 66 damage as she like comes up and she basically just like rapid fire punches into like the back of your head, trying to knock you unconscious.
Ow!
And that is going to make it Hellhound's turn.
Great. I'm gonna chuck I see that happen, and I'm just gonna chuck a hex bolt right at Makari.
Hell yeah.
So I make a ego check against their agility defense.
That is correct. Their agility defense is a 17.
Okay, this is a 13. I'm gonna spend a karma. I'll reroll.
But also, they are going to blur, so your attacks are all going to have trouble against her.
Okay, so it wouldn't matter if I spent a karma.
I mean, it could, because you're just gonna have to re-roll. So on your initial roll, you'll have to re-roll the highest roll, and then after you do that, if you want to try and modify that roll with a karma, you can.
Okay. Okay, so re-roll my highest one.
Right.
Okay, re-roll. No, it came up higher.
Darn. Yeah. So I think you sling a hex bolt and you just see like her head blur out of the way as she like spins around and then like gets down in like a runner position, like she's gonna move towards you next.
Okay, great. I'm just gonna scoot myself down a little, take some attention away from Exploit and Angela, and that'll be my turn.
Cool. All right, and that is going to make it Icarus's turn, who is like, I'm just gonna worry about Gilgamesh later, and has now basically started to hover up in like above the ground beneath him, and I think that he is just going to try and laser vision on Michael.
Yo, we about to lose Michael?
Maybe. We'll see. So that's going to be an elemental barrage, I think, or elemental blast makes more sense, I think. With an edge, and he is going to spend 50 focus on that, which is going to add 25 to his damage. Oh wait, no, it'd be ego because it's his agility. So that is a 14. And I think that actually what would probably happen at this point, like after that first hit, is Venom would make the decision to try and protect you. So I do think that you, at this point, that the symbiote wraps around you, and you can feel like an intense heat on the back of your neck that would normally be like severely maiming you if it weren't for the symbiote protecting you. And you hear Venom say, "What are you doing? We're supposed to be into this together. If you go down, I go down."
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
This is a hell of a time to have a crisis of conscience, I gotta tell you. We see like as Icarus like is intensely like using his heat vision to try and take down this symbiote. And I think we just get like a big text bubble that in all caps says excess deviation from Icarus. And we're going to go over to, that's going to make it Venom's turn next.
Cool. I am going to use webcasting. I'm going to use webcasting. The character makes a ranged attack on an enemy. If the attack is successful, the web paralyzes the enemy. On a fantastic success, the enemy is also pinned. Breaking free requires a melee check, target number 16. And I'm going to try and web up Icarus.
Hell yeah.
So
All right.
that's a ranged attack.
And his agility defense is going to be a 12.
Cool. I have an ability called... No, I'm going to save that. I get a 16 on it.
All right. Yeah, that definitely hits.
So Icarus is paralyzed.
All right. That's perfect. Actually, that's so perfect. Because so you like hit him with the web and he like is now like then drops to the ground. And he's like, you could tell he's annoyed because he's like, I would have had plenty of time to fly out of the way of Gilgamesh, who is currently rocketing towards the earth. And I think he gets webbed and he like struggles for a second.
Yep.
And we just see him just like slowly look up and we start to see Gilgamesh just hurling towards the earth, towards him.
Yeah, man. I didn't want this either.
Amazing. Well, next up in the initiative order is actually Exploit. So what are you going to be doing?
Sean, I was curious first off if you have any character sheets that you think that are like pretty physical, just for like me to steal, hypothetically. Besides that, since stealing is already a thing I'm thinking about, where is Icarus at? Where is that motherfucker?
He's up here.
He's webbed on the ground.
He's webbed on the ground, yeah.
Okay. What does grappling look like then for someone who's already like semi-incapacitated?
You know what? That's a great question.
He's
Well, you're definitely going to have...
paralyzed, so
He's going to have... you're definitely going to have an edge on grabbing him because he's, like, restrained. But, yeah, it's going to be a melee check against his defense. Well, he's already pinned. So, actually, hold on. Let me see. An attack against an entangled character. This is very... What are you trying to do? Are you just trying to, like, basically, like, grab his webbed ass and Zangief suplex him, or...
No, there's that fun thing I can do when I grab people.
Oh,
yeah.
Powers.
I feel like that's
it automatically succeeds. By the way, I just looked up the rules for paralyzed. Any close attacks automatically succeed.
Cool.
Why do I even try?
Yeah.
It automatically succeeds. Go for it.
Cool.
What are you
So,
using?
already grappling, then if like I was just gonna do like a straight up grab action or whatever it's called in this game. What is it called?
I think it's called grab.
I think it's called grab.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use grab. But if it succeeds automatically, then the fun thing about Steel Powers is I get to do that on reaction. So let's.
So he has no powers.
Well, we have to make an ego check. We have
Okay.
to make an ego attack.
So I actually think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Makari use one of her actions to interpose.
Nice.
And so I think that you run up and you try and grab Icarus, and a blur comes in front of you, and you instead grab Makari.
Yeah, I'll have to roll for the grab then, which is fine to me. Oh no, I only become faster. Yeah, I will make an attack.
Speedsters in this rule set are wild. If I would have known what they could do before I made Michael, I might have made a speedster.
Literally, anytime I play a superhero game, the first kind of character I want to make is a speedster. Like they're just the best.
They can get 2 actions per turn. They can
Oh my
get
god.
like
Breaking
3
the action economy?
Yeah,
they
Already?
can totally break the action. It's wild.
You can do an action as a reaction, like a full action as a
see.
reaction. It's pretty
Right.
insane.
All right, I got a 13 to for the melee attack. If I think I did it right.
Let's see what Makari's melee defense is.
That was not a good roll.
It is a 17.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think what happens is you like are running there and this blur comes in front of you and she just kind of like shoves you out of the way and is standing there in between you and Icarus. And that is going to make it Kingo's turn, who draws 2 swords and leaps into the fray. I think that he's actually going to go after Hellhound, just because I think that fight's going to be fun. So like 2 swords come out, and
All
Kingo
right.
leaps up into the air towards her. Let me see here. So many goddamn character sheets. Fast strikes. Makes an attack with an edge. All right, and he's going to re-roll that 1. He's going to put up 4, so he gets a 19 to hit you.
Great. I'm gonna reaction Shield of the Seraphim.
Hell yeah. So yeah, he spins these 2 swords and they come down like to duck you, and you just like hold up this big flaming shield, and it does 45 damage, so it's enough to break through the shield, but you take no
great.
damage. So like it comes down and just like shatters the shield, but like you kind of like scoop backwards, and like there's a dust cloud that comes up behind you as you stand firm there, having taken no damage. And he spins his swords and says, "I've not killed a demon in a long time." And the next person up is gonna be Gilgamesh.
Okay. I spent some time looking up rules while I was away, while I was falling, right? So, like, I'm mid-air. I have the Marvel Multiverse RPG book conjured in my hand. I'm flipping through it, like, how much damage does falling do? So,
I've been waiting the whole time for somebody to say they want to guest star as Deadpool for this reason, because, like, that should happen. But yeah, I love that.
So falling, gives a multiplier of 1 for every 3 spaces falling. 3 spaces, up to a max of 20. The follow-up question is, do multipliers stack?
They don't stack. I think they add. Is it that they add?
They add?
Only the highest. You use whatever the highest multiplier is.
Okay, sure. That makes plenty of sense.
So
Well-
if there's multipliers from multiple sources, you use whatever the highest is. I'm sorry, I totally interrupted you, Sean.
No, I appreciate that because I didn't know off the top of my head, and
Yeah.
there is such thing as good rules lawyering.
There is, definitively. Well, I was saying, oh, can I fastball special? I scrolled down. There's a ram attack, which makes more sense, which it requires a character to move their full speed in a straight line towards a target and use their standard action for additional movement to move right up next to the target. So I am, as I'm falling, I'm going to go ahead and use my movement action to blink laterally. So that'll take up the full movement action. So I'm going to move laterally, and as I'm right about to hit Icarus, I'm going to use my action to blink again to the other side. And so that'll proc the ram action, which doubles the damage that they would take, and I take the normal amount of damage, separate
I
from
want
the
you
multiplier.
to know that before this, Sam was all like, I don't know if I'm going to get this. I'm really nervous about this whole thing. And then they show up and just break shit. I love it. Absolutely, that works. So go ahead and give me that roll.
Okay, so I rolled. I clicked the buttons as I was talking because I'm trying to talk through this. And the ram attack I gave me 1 and 3 on the regular die, and then fantastic success. And I don't know how that affects the modifier.
That doubles it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So numbers 6. The highest number for falling damage will be 20. So 6 times 20 is gonna be what is 6 times 20? Holy crap.
120.
120. Yeah, that makes sense.
Got you.
120 multiplied by 2
40.
is going to be 120 is 240. Multiplied by 2 again is going to be
480.
480. I'll take. Dude, I think I take 220.
This is fantastic.
I think I died.
Okay.
I think I obliterated myself.
This guy showed up, punched a man, and then said bye.
Yeah. So he's struggling, and we see like this frame of him looking up at the sky, and then like right before he hits you, you bamf, and then he like turns his head, and I think what we see is you hit him from this angle, like that you're standing him, and then you fly all the way back. It's like Dragon Ball Z style, like through this wall, like through this concrete wall on the other side of the map, and just like go to like plow him directly through it, and both of you just disappear in this cloud of smoke and asphalt. That's insane. Because yeah, that's definitely all of his hit points.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. This game's fun.
Inevitably. We'll be back. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Yeah, Dare, that was fully some Yamcha shit. Like that
Yeah,
was
I'm just
some
imagining
full
the
ass
crater.
Dragon Ball Z shit.
Just the crater.
Yeah, that's 100% the visual I got too. Yeah, and I think, let's see, Fastos like sees that, and I think that he like looks back at the rest of the Eternals and goes, "So are we done here?" And Jack of Knives, who hasn't gotten a chance to move yet, and Makari, who's kind of standing in stunned shock. I feel like even Kingo probably whips around from being engaged with Hellhound from that loud bang, and then looking around and seeing that Icarus is just gone. And I think the three of them are like, "Whoa, what do we do from here then?" And I think Fastos is like, "Well, big guy's got to wake up. Maybe we table this for now, and then we, come back to it. Why don't I give you my word as a fellow Eternal that I'm gonna keep an eye on this one, and then we reconvene later? How does that sound for you? Does that sound agreeable to everyone else?" And then like looks at the rest of you guys, like the team.
Look, I
wanted to
didn't-
punch, but I'm good to take a breather.
Yeah, I didn't want to fight any of you. I was just gonna do it for them.
All right. Well, this is crazy. It's like
I didn't expect to do that. I didn't think that would
No,
do
it's totally
Cool
cool.
as hell,
That's-
though.
No, I love the fact
Insane.
that I accidentally smushed the actual tokens, which is a pretty good representation of like what actually happened there.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Combat in this game is so Looney Tunes sometimes in
It
all
really
of the
is.
best ways.
But I love it.
Sorry about
That
your
was
effed up
ridiculous.
gas station.
Hell yes.
And so I think that like I think we cut away. There is a conversation that happens. Let me switch back to off of the map. I think we cut away to like it's evening, and there is like a conversation that has happened between Fastos and the rest of the Eternals, and he's like walking back to the rest of you after talking, and he says they still aren't completely trustworthy of you carrying around the sword, but they also know that Icarus jumping straight to classifying symbiotes as deviants was a bit of a leap, because regardless of his feelings on you as a person, the symbiote attached to you has been quite a hero in some instances, and some other symbiotes have as well, and ham-fistedly classifying all of them as deviants that need to be, let's be real, eliminated seems like too hasty of a conclusion. So for now, we're at a bit of a truce. As we see, like, I think we see that Gilgamesh and Icarus are both like starting to like kind of wake up and move and shake off the dust. And Fastos like looks at Michael and he says, "It's time for you to prove that you're a hero."
I'm really sorry. I'm still thinking about that insane turn. I apologize.
Pancaked,
Like,
and we've taken a few hours to reinflate, you know?
Yeah.
Boing.
yeah. And I think Michael just looks at Fastos and says, "Whatever, I don't care about being a hero. I care about being a good person to my friends."
And that is what makes you a hero. I don't know you very well, but I knew Scheherazade, and there is nobody in this world that I have ever trusted more. And if they have faith that you can be something greater, then I have to believe you can.
Yeah, there's a reason I'm trying this at all, and it's because of them.
Well, it seems like they left you with a bit of a mission before they took off, so perhaps you should all get to that. And he walks away, and I think he walks over towards Gilgamesh. Are you just like dusting yourself off?
I am laying there for a moment. I have not yet heard anything that immediately calls for my attention. And unless Icarus gets up also, if Icarus gets up also, I'm mad-eyeing him.
I think you just like, you start to slowly regain consciousness, and you look over, and Icarus is not only still unconscious, but is also still cobwebbed. And so he's not going anywhere. As you gotta give him the stank eye, you see Fastos walking over towards you, like from like laying down, and you're looking at him from the wake up samurai angle, as he kind of extends you a hand.
I take it you've cast your lot with a interesting group.
Well, Scheherazade trusts them, and there are very few people in this world that have not let me down, but she's one of them.
Of that we can agree. Icarus will not stop hunting your Michael.
That is true, and that is why I need your help. They have something that they need to attend to off-world, which solves the problem in the way that we initially intended to before Icarus took matters into his own hands. Escort them back to their ship, help them get off world and onto their next mission, and that will at least keep them out of Icarus's hands for long enough for me to figure out what to do next.
I see. I place a hand on his shoulder. You've done well in shepherding them.
He looks back at you and he says, "You're missed among the flock."
I give somewhere between a grimace and like a closed-lipped smile as I walk past Festos. As I approach the group, I kind of give a sidelong glance. I hope that you are all largely uninjured.
I'm good.
Didn't even get a
Dusted
chance
off
to get
some
injured.
cuts.
Good. It would be a shame if my siblings hurt you any further. I am Gilgamesh. I know you, Michael. But you two are...
Oh, I'm Hellhound.
Hellhound.
Zinnia, or X-Plate, and I hold out my hand.
I give a very solemn nod.
Okay, put my hand away.
Dap. No, I
okay.
dap it. I dap
Okay,
it.
perfect.
Yes.
Angela walks up and says, "Oh, for once I wasn't needed, I guess."
You're always needed. It's just, some of us are big and strong. We can take care of ourselves.
She kind of blushes. She looks over at you, Gilgamesh, and she says, "Aldrich Oldenstotter," and extends her hand.
Aldrin,
Aldrich Odin's daughter.
Aldrich Odin's daughter.
Yeah, and she says, "Daughter of Odin."
I see. Fascinating.
Well, and she looks at you and also at Hellhound, and she says, "Kid Loki's has the ship back and has it at our normal parking spot, so maybe if we can get back to the city, we can take off from there and go on your quest. Find something new to punch."
Sounds good to me. As I hit my mic. Sounds good to me.
Punch the mic!
To punch my mic.
Yes. I am told that you are in need of travel. This ship of yours, where is it?
It's called Asgard's Reach, and it is parked at the top of what used to be the Baxter Building. And it's powered by Bifrost energy, and we use it for some reconnaissance missions into deep space. But it looks like now we're using it for a find coordinates to an uncharted location kind of mission.
Great trials ahead, I see.
Indeed.
Can I teleport them there? Is that a thing I can do?
Aww.
You absolutely...
I don't think I can teleport that good.
I don't know if you can teleport that good, but Hellhound can.
I
Oh,
can.
cool.
So,
I got
cool.
I got a portal thingy. I can summon a portal to take us there.
Yeah, so you open up a portal, and Angela says, "After you." I like watching
Oh
you
no,
leave.
I insist.
I guess. and she walks through.
I turn to the rest of the group. Well,
I shall follow behind. I gesture for the rest.
Yeah.
I'll follow.
You all walk through just in time to see Angela turning around with a sword through her chest. And she looks down in shock as she looks back up, and you begin to see her melt away the same way that Storm did.
Are you fucking... It's about to be Pride Month, Sean. What the fuck are you doing?
And you see what used to be... You see, the necrosword, another necrosword, not Michael's, floating in thin air, and it flies backwards and is caught. And as the panel comes over, we see Michael, but a different Michael, standing there. And he looks up and he says, "Hey, man, I'm going to have to kill you."
Not if I fucking kill you first, bitch!
I mean, see, a lot of people say that they're gonna kill me, and then they don't. So let's just get down to it, okay? And you see a symbiote begin to form around him, but it is not venom. It is a red symbiote.
Oh, that motherfucker.
And you start to see climbing up the side of the building are a dozen of other red symbiotes with spirals on their heads. And we're going to roll for initiative.
Go.
I can unhealthily work some stuff out real quick.
I'm pissed.
As I'm raising my fist, I lean down to Michael. I take it that this is your sibling?
No, I don't know who that is.
I see.
That's me, but a different me. I would say it's fair to say that's not me.
I give a deep, emphatic nod.
Gilgamesh, you're a confusing guy. Let's kill these guys.
All right.
Just like Highlander.
Also, sorry, Sean, for screaming at you there. Just
No, that was the expected reaction.
Impassioned.
Oh wait,
That's
there's an
like, how can I
initiative button. I don't need to.
hurt
I don't need to
It
think
sure
about
does
this.
suck that you insisted. Anyway.
It does. Here I was trying to be cute. This is what... Wow.
Darn.
This just in. Another Michael hates lesbians. Damn.
Super homophobic. Fuck that guy.
Wow, Michael.
This has been
Messed
the anti queerness so far. we kick a young mutant out of Krakoa. That's homophobic. We stab Angela. Also lesbophobic. It's not looking good. It's not looking great for y'all.
No, this is not.
I just want you to know it has nothing to do with your sexuality. I'm fiscally conservative. I'm socially liberal.
Well, Sean, you got one more week till Pride, and I expect it to be nothing but gays for all of June.
Just gays. All right. Hellhound, what was your initiative roll?
13.
Icarus is no longer here. Venom, what was yours?
16.
Exploit.
18 and fantastic success.
Hell yes.
Amazing. And Gilgamesh, what was yours?
That is going to be a 16. I'm choosing to just use dummy plane now because learning how to calculate this has been hard.
It's valid.
All right. Let me see here. We're gonna do...
Sean, that was enough time for my healing factor to heal me back up,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
I think it's been a few hours since
Yeah,
the fight,
it has.
right?
Cool.
Like certainly enough time for me to for my healing factor to do things from nothing.
All right, Exploit, you have a fantastic success, which means that you get to go before anybody else. What are you doing?
As always, I start by seeing if any character sheets look interesting to me. But I don't know. I probably am not going to steal a symbiote because I am aware that things have repercussions.
Damn, shade.
Jesus, there.
I think I will fly straight towards Carnage though, and just straight up. I think I'm gonna try to grab him. I think shutting down his powers might be the play here.
Interesting move.
Yeah, I'm gonna just fly straight towards Carnage and go for a grab attack.
All right. And is that that's a melee, right?
Yes.
As melee defense is a 17.
Okay, well, I got a 21 and a fantastic success again.
Fantastic. That's so good.
I didn't agree to this. It just happened. Yeah, so I grabbed Carnage and he is now pinned.
All right.
That's wild to be able to pin specifically Carnage. And yeah, I'm going to make an ego attack to try to shut down his powers or try to steal them.
All right.
Okay. Jesus Christ. I got a 19 ego attack.
Damn.
I don't know.
I want you to make one more ego check.
Okay. Just like straight up like attack check or like non-combat check or what?
Non-combat check.
Okay. Non-combat check is a 16.
So you rush up, you grab Carnage, you pin him down, and you begin to use your ability to like basically peel the symbiote away from him. And you then begin to hear a voice that says, "Interesting. Let's see where this goes." As you begin to see the Carnage symbiote crawling up your arms.
All right, I've messed with multidimensional, like weird cosmic energies. You're just a guy who can talk to me. That's fine. That's fine.
As that happens, you begin to see, for a moment, you see yourself on Clintar, and you see, like, you're not before Noel's throne, but you are looking around, and you're seeing that above Clintar, there are portals opening that you, because of your unique experience, know are portals from across the multiverse. And you can see that there are different Necrosword wielders flying out from different points across the multiverse and basically like swarming onto Clintar. And you, for a moment, catch this vision of Noel standing before all of them saying, "Whoever brings me the head of Michael Donovan shall be the new King in Black." And you see like all of them just like swarming away like vultures, like going across the universe, coming directly for Michael. And then as you kind of snap back to where you are, you hear a voice that says, "That includes you, my dear. Welcome to the Hive."
I think she immediately tried to start trying to pull it off of herself.
Cool. We'll get back to that. Well, actually, that was the bonus round. So now we're at the top of the initiative, which is also you. So yeah, if you want to use your action to basically, I'm going to say it's probably going to be an escape to try and just like pull away from this thing.
Yeah, what would escape be?
It is going to be, It just says, let's see, the character can attempt to escape just like they would with a regular action. So I think it's gonna be another melee attack, basically to try and like break this thing off of you.
19. The universe has blessed me today.
Hell yeah. So as Noel extends this offer to you of like kill Michael and become the King in Black, what is your response?
Look, I get it. Trust me, infuriating guy sometimes. Love him. He deeply infuriating. However, I'm not gonna fucking do your dumb bullshit. There's too many people who were collateral. Too many people who get hurt. Why would, and like just sorts like raping this off and like trying to refute the idea of seeing the amount of hurt that one death caused. Or that 2 deaths caused with Angelo, potentially. That I would never do that to somebody else.
And he speaks back to you and says, "There's not a single brain cell among you." And you see like normal ass alternate universe Michael stumbling away from you, and he goes, "Ha ha!" And he like reaches back, and you see that one of the hive mind symbiotes like runs up to him and like extends a hand, and he just absorbs it, and is then once again enveloped in symbiote. So he can use his action in order to counter the power shutdown, but it costs him one of his drones essentially. And that is, and also it's going to take his entire turn to do that. So he is back standing in front of you, having been enveloped again, and you hear this Carnage symbiote speaking to you and says, "I am more deadly than the Michael you know." And then you hear a voice that says, "Yeah, he's like way worse, dude." And that's gonna make it.
Yeah, man.
It's so weird to like be playing somebody else's character in front of that player, but that is gonna make it Gilgamesh's turn.
Yeah, there's so
much going on.
I just met this guy. This is a lot.
There's a lot of baggage that comes with knowing Michael Donovan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's okay.
Come on, guys.
I'm used to dudes with baggage, We've all met Icarus.
Your Honor, my client would like to plead Gemini.
Is the symbiote the other side?
This yeah,
The other side of your Gemini?
right.
No, I'm gonna fly up on this dude, because there's not enough space in here for me to ram, unfortunately. Actually, here's a question. I have a movement speed of 5, but a flight speed of 20. So does that mean that I can run 5 blocks or fly 20 blocks?
Yeah, that is exactly what that means.
I see. Okay. Gonna fly over to this dude.
Superman punch for the win.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't ram because that requires me to fly my full range, and this is not 20 blocks, unfortunately. It requires me to fly full 20 blocks and more. So I'm just gonna run up on this dude, and throw some punches. I'm gonna chain strike.
Hell yeah.
So that takes 5 focus, and then melee strike. That's a 20 to hit.
All right. That definitely hits.
I'm actually run it back. I have an edge. I can re-roll any of them I want.
Any of them you want, yeah.
Okay. I want to see if I can get that. What's it called? The Fantastic, because that lets me go again.
Absolutely.
I just click it and click
yep.
re-roll.
And if it's worse, you can take the better of the two.
Okay, it was worse, unfortunately, but not in a meaningful, not in a fun way. It was worse in a boring way. So it's gonna be a 20 to hit.
All right.
30 damage altogether.
Cool.
That's a big number. That's a crazy big number, right?
It
like,
is.
Aside from the crazy big number I just did, that's a normal number.
That's a normal crazy number. Normal numbers are still crazy. And the
Okay.
crazy numbers are crazy. And that is going to make it Venom's turn.
Cool. Venom is going to swing over to this spot, I think. I just need to make sure it's within 5 squares of... It is within 5 squares of everyone on my side of Carnage.
Here come that bullshit.
And I'm going to use ground shaking stomp.
This is literally the Venom diving strike from Marvel Rivals is what you're doing right now.
Yep, that's
Incredible.
And then
exactly
twerk emote
it.
right after.
Yep, exactly. So I make a melee check and check it against the agility defense of every target within my reach, plus my rank. So that's 5.
So all of the Carnage Hive Mind drones have a 17 agility, and Carnage himself has a 14 agility.
Cool. And then I'm going to use this ability that I've never used called Combat Trickery. It's a reaction. It costs 5 focus, and it gives me an automatic fantastic success.
Hell yeah.
That's wild.
That's insane.
Whoa.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
So I
Out their
do
abilities.
I do 6 times 8 plus 8.
48 plus 8 is 56.
Yeah, I do 56 damage to everyone around there. And they are knocked prone.
Nice.
All of them are knocked prone.
Oops. All right. Give me 1 second to do all of that. I could never do this without the help of a virtual tabletop like Roll20. I'm not sponsored, but it does help
Yeah.
to be able to do those very quickly. You said 56 damage?
Yes.
All right. And you said it's like everyone in a 5 square radius?
It's everyone within 5 squares of me.
Right.
So everyone from Carnage over on my side. So Carnage and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 symbiotes around me.
Nice. All right. And yeah, so you like hit the ground and we see like this giant sludge of symbiotic fluid come up and hit all of them as they all like reel back as I think the Venom symbiote like actually like pulls some of it off, and like as you start to come up, you've got like red symbiote like running, like it's not actually adhering to you, but it's like running down you as if you're like coated in blood, and then it just like hits the ground and like dissipates as if it's running away from you, and it looks really badass.
It does. That's canon.
It does.
It looks
It's canon.
cool and epic.
That's gonna make it Hellhound's turn.
Okay, hell yeah. I'm gonna move them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in my girlfriend died rage, I'm gonna cast one of my new abilities I grabbed when we moved over and I redid my character is my Hellfire Supernova. I blast out a massive burst of hellfire at every enemy within 10 spaces of me, which I believe is all of them.
I believe so too, but let's see.
I also get
it's all of them.
I get a +1 to ego damage for every 2 points of focus that I spend. So I am doing 20 points of focus. So I make an ego check against everybody's resilience defense.
Damn.
That is. Oh, sorry, ego.
So Carnage's well, actually both of them. For all of them, it's gonna be a 14 is what you're trying to beat.
Okay. Well, I got a 20.
So I feel like, yeah, having just seen Angela fall before you and like looking at this, like your eyes just ignite with flame, and like you like run forward with this like loud scream and hit the ground, and we see like this wave of hellfire come out from you and just begin to like scorch the earth. How much damage is that doing?
So everybody, because it was a regular success, everybody takes half of 32, which is 16. Everybody takes 16.
All right.
If it was a fantastic success, then I'll take full damage, but it would be split between health and focus.
And then next is going to be the hive mind once I calculate all of that damage.
Lol.
Oof. Carnage is not looking good already.
Good.
Good. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
All right. And that is going to make it the hive mind's turn. And most of them, I think, are going to swarm Michael.
Dang.
Hell yeah.
Good response. Good response.
So we'll resolve all of these guys first. See how the spider strike works.
Hey, this is gonna make my next turn really easy. I'm gonna know what to do.
Well, you only have a certain number of reactions, so you can only absorb so much. But we'll see how many of them hit first.
Well, I'm gonna let one of them hit me because I need to get angry so that I can do real damage.
Well, they are doing a spider strike on you. So the first one gets a fantastic success with a 15, but I don't think that's enough to hit you. Is that correct?
It's not enough to hit me. My melee defense is 17.
All right. The next one, let's see, 18 hits you for 26 damage.
Okay, I will take that
All right.
and get angry.
Hell yeah. The next one misses. The next one misses. The next one, you said a 17?
Yeah.
Hits you for 18 damage.
Okay.
And then the last one misses.
Okay, cool.
Darn. Diggity dang darn. If that fantastic success had hit you, you would have been paralyzed. So that kind of fucking sucks. But,
Ooh!
yeah, like
Glad I'm
finally I was
not.
like, I'm gonna get him on this one. All right. And I think that Carnage is actually going to leap over as well. As you're just kind of getting like jumped on by all of these guys, he like leaps over and he comes down with a claw and he's gonna try and grab you.
Okay.
What is your? Oh, it's a 17. It has not
Yeah.
changed. Hold on, let's see. And he gets exactly a 17.
Okay.
And he is going to try and steal your power. He is going to
Shit.
try and peel the Venom symbiote off of you. So, let me get the rules for that again. Let me see. What is your ego defense?
Ooh, it's not great. It's 12.
Luckily, his ego attack isn't great, but he is gonna use it. gets a 14 and a fantastic success.
I actually am going to use a reaction, and I'm going to skulk.
Okay.
Trigger the character is the target of an attack, and someone within their reach is not the target of an attack. The character moves for free behind the nearby person, and someone else becomes the target of the attack.
Amazing. So yeah, I think what this looks
So
like.
I'm gonna move behind this guy.
Yeah, I think you're basically like all of these symbiotes have like dogpiled you and they're holding you down, and Carnage like lands, and like he is just about to like reach in and basically like try and claw you, and you like reach behind you, you grab one of these guys, and you like basically throw him over you into Carnage's claw, and then Carnage like rips the symbiote off of this other just guy, who then just falls to the ground because he's a null cultist basically. And so now like Carnage has just absorbed the symbiote off of that guy, and he just drops to the ground. And
I forgot that was an ability until this exact moment.
This game has so many abilities.
it's so cool,
Right?
though. I love it. All right, and that is going to, let's see, we got the rest of the hive mind. I think that they are all going to, actually, I've identified Hellhound as the big threat since she just did that big old blast. So they're all going to bum rush you, I think.
Good.
It's kind of their MO to just kind of swarm.
Good.
All right. What is your melee defense?
Not good. It's an 11.
Oh god dang.
I put everything into being a little bit fast and a little bit good at magic. Michael, don't worry, I got this. No, it's not Michael. I have a shield, Michael.
Oh yeah, you do. So we'll resolve these one at a time. All right. So the first one, they're all doing spider strikes again. So the first one is going to hit you, and it would deal 7 damage. So if you want to do a reaction and put up your
I'm
shield.
gonna do my
Seraphim.
shield, so
All
that
right.
does nothing.
And then the next one does 9 damage.
Does nothing.
Okay. And the next one does 13 damage.
Does nothing.
And then the next one does 18 damage. Or sorry, the next one does
Nothing.
9 damage.
Nothing.
All right. How much does your shield have left?
Oh well, if an attack does more than 20 points of damage. Are these counted as each individual attacks, or
yeah, because it's 5 separate attacks from
so
separate sources.
it absorbs any attacks that do 20 points of damage or less.
Oh, so the individual attack has to do that much.
Yes.
Oh, well then, fuck all this then.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's cool. I was like, so yeah, you've like bring up the shield and they're all like on, like, I think it like arcs over you and they're all like on the outside of like, and you see like all of these like hands that are like just trying to claw through and aren't able to get to you.
I will face him.
All right, that's gonna bring it
Fucking
back to exploit.
Oh dear, you're muted.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go after Carnage, I think, is my biggest play here. I don't really have access to anyone's powers right now. So I'm just gonna, and I kind of don't want to try to take any of the symbiotes. So I'm just gonna straight up swing.
All right.
I still have super strength either way, so I'm just gonna try to crack him in the side of the head. Okay, does a 14 hit him?
14. Are you going for one of the hive mind or straight for Carnage?
Carnage specifically.
All right. With a melee, his melee defense is 17.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Do you want to spend a card?
Sure, yeah, I will. I reroll one specific one or the entire thing?
You roll one specific die.
Cool. Let me try to see how to do that in demi-plane. Okay, that's an 18 to hit now.
Hell yeah. That is going to hit.
It's still only 22 damage, but it's a solid hit.
Well, that was still enough. How do you want to do this?
Hell yeah.
I think, honestly, it's relatively straight on. I think it's like collecting myself after the weird like mind fuckery, taking one deep breath, and like I think almost flying fast enough that he was focused on Michael. He hears like my foot hit the ground, turns quick enough to see just fist meet face. And
Amazing.
if I could do the fun thing of like Michael himself like flies out of the symbiote would be fun.
100%. We just see like the symbiote, like the outline of the Carnage symbiote, and Michael like flying out the other side of it and like hitting the ground unconscious. And then like the Carnage symbiote kind of like sinks, and the rest of the hive mind, like all of the symbiote comes off of all of them and like rejoins with Carnage, and the whole symbiote just kind of like slinks away and like goes through like into like a gutter off the side of the building, and you see like all of these cultists kind of just like fall unconscious.
I think I go to pick up alternate universe Michael. So I saw just enough of a tidbit from your little friend there. How do I get you back? How do I get you out of here?
What do you mean? There's no going back. We're stuck here.
Well, I know that's not. I know that can be dealt with. We can fix that. We can get you out of here. But what's your story? How did you get that sword?
I was a secret agent, and I was burned by some asshole, and Noel came to me and gave me the power to kill him. So I did. And then I killed another. And another. And I haven't stopped killing ever since. And Noel has basically used me as his personal hitman in my universe ever since.
Well, I'm sorry for you on that.
I'm not. I love killing people. It's great.
Right. I'm gonna ask you once. Do you know how to get to know?
No, he pulled us in and then sent us out. Like, I didn't exactly leave a trail of breadcrumbs back to this weird fucking planet in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if you've ever been there, but like the less time that you have to spend there, the better.
Well, we're planning on making a visit sooner rather than later.
Good luck.
Yeah, we need to figure out what to do with you in particular. I kind of like call for everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, all of you gather around, and you see that Exploit is talking to this version of Michael.
Do we remember what happened with Doug, alternate universe Cypher?
Michael killed him. Like he's stabbed him with All Black.
Okay, cool. Couldn't remember that part.
Yeah. He was pretty efficiently dealt with.
Yeah. Well, I look kind of at everyone else. He's from an alternate universe. He likes killing. Him and a bunch of other guys were told to get your head specifically, and I pointed Michael, our Michael. Um, so I don't know what we want to do with all this information. I don't necessarily,
No, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I don't know what to do with him considering he is. I feel like this is out of our jurisdiction for extra dimensional prisoners.
Yeah. Do we take him to the raft?
I
I'm a level with you. If you take me to the raft, I'm gonna be out of there in like, 3 days tops. I've broken out of there before.
Dude, you were making this way harder for me to not kill you than I want it to
Well,
be.
you see, like, here's the thing. I don't care. So, the longer you want to like talk about this, we can stay here and just keep
And
talking.
I'm gonna web his mouth. Just web his mouth shut. Um, so that he can't talk anymore. And I don't know what to do with this guy.
do. Any of us have an Avenger on speed dial?
Oh, I think so.
Only person I can think of who would is um is Scheherazade.
You're also
Knows
all of you
everybody.
are still on fairly good terms with Moon Knight.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah.
All right, all right. Well, yeah, let's get the most stable guy to help us here. Cool, cool.
Can we call
love
up
Moon
Mark?
Knight.
Like, just
Yeah.
You can call up Mark. Mark might not be the one to answer the phone,
Two-thirds,
but
two-thirds of him will forget what were he supposed to do. I love him dearly. Um, I think
We're
I
in pretty
shoot-
good conditions with Blade.
I sigh and shoot Emma a message again.
what do you say?
This doesn't make me look better for hanging out around Michael, but a bunch of alternate universe symbiotes are just hunting him down, and it means a lot of people might be at threat. We have a version of him, and I wanted to send heads up, and I don't know what to do with him. I think a part of it is she doesn't want to kill a human. Like, I don't think she's killed ever, but also she doesn't want that bag for like 3 reasons.
Right.
hmm.
If you
Yeah.
all won't kill
Would
him,
it
I
be-
will.
worthwhile to simply keep him with you?
I
As it stands, it seems to me that he is. There's no symbiote here, right? They all slunked away.
No,
Right?
yeah, the Carnage symbiote is gone. Yeah.
This is.
I don't love that there's two Carnage symbiotes in this world now.
Yeah.
And
If we're lucky, maybe they just beef with each other.
oh well, I was gonna say Michael said something, but you wet his mouth.
I pull off the. It's like tearing tape off.
Gotta level with you again. Full transparency. I don't need a symbiote to kill people. I was really good at killing people before I had the symbiote. That was kind of my whole job.
That's true. And I re-stick his mouth.
Yeah, if somebody wants to, if Emma doesn't send anything back, I'm just kind of throwing them to the other three. You're all older and more nuanced than me.
You shouldn't ask me.
You get a message back from Emma that says, "This is not me saying I don't want to help you. This is me not understanding what kind of help you're asking for."
Should we hold this guy somewhere? I don't. I mean, the also thing is like, look, mutants, y'all want a proxy, y'all want a scapegoat. But I would not do that.
No, I know exactly. So I think that like you get like the bubbles are going for a long time as if she's typing for like a really like she's typing a long paragraph, but then they just stop. and then you just get another one that says, just give me a minute. And then like almost like 10 seconds after just give me a minute, you start to see a portal open and you see magic step out of it. And she walks over and gives you like the stinkiest side eye ever. And then
I texted her bad one time.
yeah, and walks over to other Michael and says, "I'll take it from here."
Cool. I don't think I ever like meet her gaze, even when I lived on Krakoa. Um, she's a very pretty woman and also very mean in a way that Zinnia has no idea how to handle.
Stop being mean to me, or I swear to God, I'm gonna fall in love with you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Notes.
Thank you for this. I'm sorry that I keep.
Why are you talking in my direction? Why are you facing me with your mouth and having words come out of it right now?
Because I'm
Da da
still
da. What did we just say?
Ileana, you
I'm taking him to
Fine.
Strange Academy. They're going to handle him from here. Steven knows all the multiversal stuff. That's usually his forte.
be careful. If anyone had a necro sword, it might be an alternate you. And then I just kind of walk away.
She kind of like at that thought goes, and then takes Michael through a portal.
Since Angela got stabbed with the necro sword and you said she like melted, is there like anything left? Like armor, a sword, anything?
Only. What was the trinket you gave her?
Oh shit, did I give her something? Damn,
No.
I don't remember what I gave my fake girlfriend.
No, you didn't
for.
give your fake
Dang.
girlfriend anything, except you did, and we're making it up right now.
Yeah,
because
oh,
I like
great.
hurting
I was
people's
no,
feelings.
I forget things all the time, so I was like, shit, is this an established thing that I've forgotten?
No, I was thinking through. I was like, did we? Is there anything sentimental that I can hurt your feelings
think
with?
we
I was like, no, we're
did.
gonna make up something to hurt your feelings.
No, we'll make it up. I gave her. I'd probably give her like a bracelet. Something that would be unobtrusive in combat.
I like the idea that it's just like one of those friendship bracelets, like a bead bracelet,
We prayed. We
and it
made a
has
little
the whole
friendship,
team's initials on it.
and I have a matching one.
And that just like felt. That's the only thing that is left behind.
And I just kind of hold it and I pocket it.
So like, are you two, or what is the what is the, you know, are you two smooching? Do you two smooch?
We're doing more than smooching.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're doing a lot more than
Cool,
smooching.
cool.
But now we're not anymore because Sean killed her.
Yeah.
Fucker.
As you kind of approach the what is left behind, I'll come up behind you. I realize that there is no condolence of meaningful weight or of meaningful burden as that of a loved one. I hope that you can be heartened in the knowledge that she will be avenged. I too have known the love of a child of Odin. And though I have not lost said love in the same manner, loss is an agony all the same.
I turn up to him and I'm like, tear-stained face, and Hellhound doesn't cry often, but something's broke. And just like with this fury in her eyes, just says, "Thank you."
You start to see a ship descending on the landing pad, and the door opens, and out of it walks Kid Loki and the Destroyer. And Kid Loki is like, "All right, what's up, everybody? It's time to go. Where's Angela?"
She's dead.
What?
I held out the bracelet. She's
How?
dead. I look at Michael. I don't say anything. I just look over at you, Michael. You explain what happened.
It was a me from another dimension.
I would normally be holding something against you, but I'm uniquely equipped to understand all of the complicated feelings that come with that. So, I guess we should get going so that this doesn't happen to anyone else.
Yeah.
Well, all aboard.
All aboard.
I was tasked by Festos to get them here or all the way to up
You
there.
were tasked to get them off-world,
Cool.
and you have achieved that goal.
Cool.
And I am not one to take away player agency by any means. But if you are looking for what you think Gilgamesh does next, there is the question of where is Scheherazade?
Yeah, cool. That's what I figured. I just wanted to make sure that like, oh, they're gonna go there. I just want to make sure like
Right.
where my motivations lie.
Sure.
As they begin to make their way onto their ship, I'll kind of begin to close the door behind them. Door?
It's like
Step
one of the
thing?
on a ship.
Space
one of
door.
these guys. There's a name
Yeah.
for it that always escapes me.
Yeah. That thing is like hydraulically powered. So as I try to
Yeah.
close it, it's less of closing it and more of like the ship just a bit, and then I go, does it not close this?
It's a clicker guy. You
Yeah,
press a button
yeah.
and it.
You have long journeys ahead. But if it is true that others of, I gesture to Michael, your kind shall be searching for you, then it is not unlikely that they shall arrive here. I shall stay to see them off. And it remains that Scheherazade is unaccounted for. Which means she is in danger.
I feel like Zinnia has been struggling to like say anything meaningful or like extend for any period of time. I think that kind of gives Gilgamesh like a soft thank you.
I think Hellhound's in about a similar position.
I'll try to deal with this as quick as possible. Because this is a threat to everyone. So
I give a nod.
Yeah, bookkeepers solve their problems. One way or the other.
You may not be avengers, but you will avenge. You are now guardians of all of us. All of guardians.
We're the guardians of the guardians of the guardians.
Yeah.
And
Sorry,
we hear
I was told
the
about this a
Linkin
bit,
Park song
you know.
from Transformers fade in.
What I've done intensifies.
Incredible.
Hey, tune in next week for Hellhound's Murder Spree.
I don't
Let's
think we're
go,
gonna.
gamers.
I don't think we're gonna find a better note to end on there. But that's where we're gonna pick it up next time. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the little circle, and everybody can tell us what you're doing and where people can find you. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Jordan.
Hello, my name is Jordan. I've been AWOL. You can find me places, just around. You can just stop by, say hi. Um, I'm not on much, social media anymore. But thank you so much for being here. This was wonderful. Should I toss it to someone?
Toss it.
I will toss it to Sarah.
Yay! Hey, I'm Sarah, also known as Oops All Smurf. You can find me on some internet stuff on Oops All Smurf. I also don't do a ton of social media anymore. If you're in the Chicagoland area in July, I'm going to be in a show called Swiped Improvised Thievery at the Second City. Tuesdays at sometime. I don't know. We're figuring it out. But Tuesdays in July. Come to the Second City. I'll
yeah.
be there. And I'll pass it to Dare.
Hi, I'm Dare. You can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet at Dare to Dream RPG. That is Dare, the number 2, DREAM RPG. I just got back from a flight about 6 hours ago, so the girl is very tired and also sad because I miss my girlfriend. But I will be at full Menace form probably Tuesday, where I should be streaming some Baldur's Gate 3. And because June is coming up, that is one of my most powerful months. So you will be seeing so goddamn much of me in like 7 different places.
Good.
So once some of those are announced, I will announce them. But if you are a Transplaner RPG fan, maybe keep an ear out for that one. I might be doing something with my beloved Transplaner crew soon. And I will throw it over to Sam.
Cool. Okay, so hi everybody. It has been an excellent time here, and if you've had an excellent time with me, you can find me on places such as TikTok, Blue Sky, and sometimes Instagram as RAETHR, sometimes underscore VO. RAETHR, and then like sometimes you add the underscore VO. There's no sometimes in the name. I want to make that as clear as possible. Oh gosh. Otherwise, I guess you can find me if you're ever in Arizona, I guess. I don't know. I'll be hiding behind a cactus.
Hell yeah. And I've been Sean. You can find me on all socials at HighGameSad and here every Sunday doing Marvel Multiverse. And also starting this Thursday at 8 p.m., we're going to be doing Eat the Reich right here on the channel. So if you want to tune in and watch some hot vampires kill Nazis, definitely come hang out with us. But until next time, see y'all on the other side, gamers. Take care, everybody.